Bert will sing it or something. You know what I'm saying?
I used to listen to Lil Uzi Vert.
I
You
like
used
his
to?
music.
You don't anymore?
I don't really be keeping up with him no more. Like I used to when I was in middle school.
Yeah. When you were in middle school? How long ago was that? Because the last time I saw you, you were like half the size.
That was like when I was in middle school, 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was around the time we last saw him.
6 years.
Yeah. You comfortable?
Yep, I feel good.
You're a little short.
A little. Yeah, just a little.
Last guy I
short.
had in here was like 6'3", so that's why I was like, oh, wait, that's that chair for a regular person is like,
I am.
That's so-
Just a little short, though.
yeah,
Just a little.
size, medium.
Medium.
So how you been?
I've been busy,
Yeah,
but I've been good, though.
yeah,
Yeah, just working on the same things, but new,
yeah,
you know. It's been a transition being out here
Yeah.
more full time
yeah.
because, we travel back and forth from Michigan to California.
Yeah, tell everyone that because that's in case they don't know who you are.
Tell everybody about,
Who you are.
well, I am LaBritney. I grew up in Michigan. That's my son over there, my oldest son. I'm a mother of 2 boys. I'm a singer, songwriter, dancer, reality TV actress.
That's the new thing too.
Reality TV
Yeah,
actress.
That was exciting. That was weird. I was like, oh, she's on TV.
Right?
It was weird.
I don't even watch myself on TV.
Yeah. I've been used to working with people. I mean, obviously, we work with people who are on TV or movies or whatever, but to see like when you're friends with someone and then they get on TV, that's weird.
Is it?
I was like, that's weird.
Is it
Like seeing
weird?
clips of her like arguing with people, and it's like, it's like, what's going on? You know?
Yeah. That's
kind of
different.
maybe agreeing with the other girl, like like
Man.
you're not so sure.
It's like reality TV is different.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
love and hip hop, right?
Yep, I did that a couple years ago, and recently I did Notorious Queens.
Yeah. And how was that experience like doing?
Reality TV, just
Mhm.
in general.
It's different.
I have done scripted roles.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I've done some like movies out of Detroit, scripted roles.
Right.
So if I compare scripted to reality, it's like 2 different worlds, first
Oh, yeah.
off. Completely 2 different worlds.
Yeah.
But reality TV, I think that it has its pros and its cons, but scripted television does too,
Yeah.
And I think what it is like doing TV, period, or entertainment, period.
Mm-hmm.
I realized all of it is edited and scripted.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how
Even the
real they
reality.
portray, even the reality.
Yeah.
Even, yes, I mean, look at Instagram. Instagram is edited and scripted. You
Yeah.
look at someone's profile, that's what they show you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what they decide to post because that's what they want you to perceive them as. They can be completely different.
Yeah.
And honestly, like the entertainment industry is kind of like that too,
Right.
Reality TV, what I did though, my focus when doing both shows were to stick to who I am and my goals and that's what I did. Like on both shows, you see me working on my music, you see me with my family.
Yeah.
You see my interaction with like other women. You hear my views on different subjects like relationships or parenting or, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I just be myself.
Yeah.
That's really all I do. you know? So I think that's why reality TV is kind of cool, though, because, like, I get to, like...
It's like showing yourself, but controlled. Because there's a control to it that they keep it on a script somewhat. It's unscripted in the sense that you are speaking... You're not speaking lines.
Exactly.
But there's kind of an idea of where they're trying to go.
Exactly. That part.
I've heard that before about the Kardashians, that was their talent, was making their life interesting, even though maybe they were just doing nothing.
I heard that too.
It's like it's you know, people say they got famous for doing nothing, and that's to some extent true. Like,
yeah.
I'm sure they would say, like, well, we just were living our lives.
That part.
But making it like where people like tuned in and wanted,
yeah,
like, and that's a script. There's a whole thing.
Yes, you planned that
goes into that.
Come on, let's get dressed. We're going to go to the restaurant. And when we go to the restaurant, we're going to make sure paparazzi standing outside. We're going to make sure we walk out at the same time. It's, you know, it's like you just know how to make things look cool and obtainable to other people. I think that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's, them though, they're lit though. I am Kim Kardashian. I truly fuck with her. I really do. Her mama. All of them girls over there, they hustlers. Smart. Mm-hmm. Beautiful. They got families. They seem to be good mothers. Yeah. You know, they might have their issues with niggas, but who don't? You know, shout out to them over there. You feel me? Like, and so honestly, a lot of people have their opinions about reality TV, but when I think about them, I be like, fuck what people think. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because like those... they are, a lot of people, not only them though, but like Nene Leakes, it's a lot of, you know, women that come from reality TV from all worlds that are very successful, you know. There's an
intelligence to it that people don't, it's hard because you don't think of it that way, because you're looking at people and you just, on its face, you think that's just them, they're being crazy. Right. That's it. You know, it's not, there's not a whole bunch of thought that went into that, and it's whether or not you like reality TV or not, but
people love that.
It, you know, some people love it, some people hate it, but I think both of those people miss the fact that there's a lot that goes into it. It's not just we went to the mall. No. You know, there's a whole, you know, there's a whole way of cutting it and doing and working with it to make it interesting, and for people to watch it for how long were they on the air? Like 10 years.
Yeah,
they were on for a while. A long time. Longer than that, maybe. Yeah. But it was just like, that was just weird though to see you like pop up on TV. I was like seeing these like clips of her. I'm sure it was weird for you too.
It's crazy.
But it was like, it was weird.
Tay, you know what's crazy though?
Pull that down a little bit.
I never.
Hold it by the arm. Yeah, there you go. You can pull it, push it here. There you go.
When doing TV, I never thought about like how it was gonna impact our lives, because I never knew how big TV really was. Yeah. Cable television, once I got on there and I realized that it was airing to millions of people every week, I didn't think about it like that. You know what I'm saying? We had been doing shows and grinding and music videos and things like that for years before that.
That's and that's what people
exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. People don't know that. A lot of people saw me on that show and that was the first time. You feel me? Like they don't even know me, you know, but here we been. Yeah. Been. Yeah. So I never thought about it. You feel me? Like, but
how much stuff that we did, even the stuff that we did together, could have been filmed. Man, it would have been gold.
It would have platinum.
It's been a movie. There's just it was long enough. We dealt with it long enough. Could have been a movie. But there was just, you know, all that build up to get to that point, and that's not even where you want to be. No. So why don't you tell people where you started, which was Michigan. Started in Detroit.
Yep. I started in my grandma's backyard. At my grandma and my papa house, they had this like patio in their backyard, and it was as big as a stage. And I would make my sister and my friend that lived down the street, her name Chelsea, she from Romulus, she a doctor now. We would be girl groups. and do routines and sing
Destiny's Child.
Literally, and
Yeah.
we would be singing Destiny's Child. Like, yeah, totally, definitely Destiny's Child.
Yeah.
I would record us using cassette tapes. I would stuff tissue in the cassette tape and then put it in the radio, and that's how I recorded over tapes. I don't know how I figured out how to do this shit.
Yeah.
I was so young.
Yeah.
But that's funny because like when I think about the La Mix, it's like I've always been innovative and figured out how to get my talent out.
Yeah.
You know. But
That's-
anyway,
that's something that kids, they always find a way to figure it out.
facts.
But like that, so the law mix was when was your first one? Because those were my favorite. I miss when you used to do those.
Me and Tay was just talking about them in the car.
Those were so fun.
First lobbies, I had to be like, I was in elementary school, probably still 5th grade, probably.
She making all this noise in the kitchen or something. Shut up! Like, what are you
Using
doing?
All types of pots and pans.
Yeah.
Me and my little brother did one too.
That's how
They
Steven when he found you online, and he was like, "Oh, look at this girl," and I was like, she like hitting the Pringles can on the thing, and I'm like, "What is she doing?" And it was this cool sequence of like putting together a remix of a song with everyday items. It was really
Yeah.
cool,
Thank you.
and it was really unique, and it's. I've seen people do it since then. And I'm like, yeah, it's not quite the same. It's good, but it's not, it's not the same.
Man, yeah. I'm definitely going to get back to those.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Those were fun.
Definitely. We need that. I feel like that it's time to bring that energy back.
Yeah. Yeah. So you used to make your sisters perform with you or for you?
With me.
With you, okay.
I was always, I try to make, you see my kid just did a photo shoot with me.
Yeah.
And my sister used to cuss me out the same way. He was just mad at me too.
And you just keep,
I think
just
it's
stand
me.
over there.
I think it's
Just
me.
stand over there.
I think I make everybody mad when I'm doing this kind of stuff. Cause it's
You remind me of grandma when we do this kind of stuff.
I can see it. Okay, I understand.
So how was grandma? What was grandma like?
Grandma don't play. When she needs you to do something, she needs you to do it exactly how she wants you to do it, or she gonna make you do it 1,000,000 times until you do it exactly how she wants you to do it. And she don't care if you mad, sad, happy.
You're gonna sit there and you're gonna finish it.
That's the truth.
So, you think that maybe had some influence?
Yeah, I'm realizing it now. See, Auntie used to be quitting the girl groups with me. Lil Russell, Lil Russell quit the TikToks with me.
There's only room for one. It seems like in front of the camera. It seems like there's
I used to be in a girl group though.
But they never last. The girl groups never last.
Man, I love
Why
girl
is that?
groups. You know what? I had years of experience in a girl group, and when I tell you, I would not change that for the world of me.
Really?
Yes, that experience taught me so much.
Really?
Yes, we worked so hard.
What was the girl group? I don't remember that.
Our name was Savannah.
Savannah, like Georgia?
Yep, like Savannah, Georgia. We used to rehearse every day off 8 Mile and Greenfield, like at Pajam. That was the name of the production team that we worked with, and we worked so hard, and we had ups and downs. Like we had to be there for each other, but like we all had one goal, and we would sing in harmony with each other and just beautiful sound, like dancing with each other, learning. It was a synergy.
Yeah.
Like it's like cool, like standing alone, we have energy, but like when you come together with other people that have the same energy and create synergy, like it's just a different type of feel, And I would never go be in a girl group again.
Yeah.
I will put a girl group together though.
And like manage it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't being nobody manager. But I will help curate.
Help bring it together.
Yeah, heck yeah. Because I have that experience. And let me tell you, I love it. Yeah, that was a part of my career, like that's when I became professional.
Right.
Shout out to J Moss, shout out to PDA, Walk Pajam over there out of Detroit, Michigan. They some legends. They produced and wrote a lot of music for a lot of legendary artists. Destiny's Child, NSYNC, Kelly Price. J Moss is a gospel artist, GOAT himself, vocals like no other. I mean, like, you know, that experience, like, they taught me how to media training. They taught me vocal training. They taught me how to breathe while I was dancing and singing at the same time. I mean, like, full out choreography and singing, you know? That was like, that's when it went from grandma backyard to, bitch, is you really about this life?
You want to do this? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And there's a jump there because that's not when you actually get in front of a microphone.
Yes.
In a little booth.
Yep. That's when it became professional.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that was in Detroit too?
That was in Detroit. And from that experience, my girl group obviously didn't last, but shout out to Savannah, my girls Jess and Chrissy. Talented. That was a vibe. But anyway, we didn't last. And I went on to pursue a solo career. And that's when I started to, I started working with like Squeeze out of Star Factory. Me and him actually worked on a lot of mixes together.
Oh, really? Okay. I didn't know. I thought you did that all by yourself.
Yep. And he a dope like vocal arranger, you know, writer, you know, so we would like come up with different harmonies and things like that. And then, you know, shoot the video off the iPhone and put it right on Instagram. That's when Instagram was only 15 seconds. And I only had a square.
Couple filters,
man.
There were just some colors.
Them filters.
Black and white.
When I
that kind of like pinkish color.
Yeah, or yellow.
Bluish color.
Man.
And then they used to have those white borders. You know, you're too young for those. They had these like white borders that everyone now puts them on. Everyone puts them on like manually with a third party now.
What was it?
Back in the day, they had this remember like the film, like a film border, like you could have the little like orange,
that was fire.
Little orange like
it looked
text.
like a Polaroid.
It's all the stuff that like you see it a lot today. You see it now, people doing it, and it used to be in Instagram, and then they took it away, and then years go by, and now people are like, let's make it look like film, and I'm like, they used to have that like 10 years ago. They had that, but it just didn't. For whatever reason, they took it away.
Man,
but,
that was fire.
Yeah, that was like you could barely post video. If it was video, it was like 15 seconds. Squares only. There was nothing else. It was just your little wall.
Yep.
And
I do miss being able to see everybody's posts.
They're bringing back the chronological timeline.
I've seen that.
You see that? I don't
Hopefully,
know if,
I think they're gonna give you an option.
I'm sure there's a string or something. It's something kind of like.
Yeah.
But it's only, there's gonna be some but. There's no way they're just doing that.
Make Instagram great again.
Yeah.
For real though.
He wasn't even around when it was good. he was like,
I've been on Instagram.
Yeah, what's your Instagram?
Young and advanced.
Young and advanced. That is definitely him. He's been advanced his whole life.
And you're missing your other son.
Yeah, little Russell, he ain't back at home.
You didn't mention him, but
yeah, Russell. Russ is in Michigan.
Lil Russ Instagram at Rusty Russ with a RUZTY Russ.
Yeah. Rusty Russ, the boy.
You're pretty
He's
early. You're pretty early on this podcast. I'm pretty sure there's not going to be too many people flooding to your Instagram, but maybe the next time you come back, there'll be enough people that view it.
Oh yeah.
We'll see. I haven't released this yet.
Oh, they gonna rock with it.
This will come out in a couple weeks, and then I'm gonna start putting it out every
send me some clips.
every week from then.
We put some clips up.
Oh yeah.
Especially parts of the conversation that's like very interesting. People love to hear this and see this.
That's kind of what I wanted to do. I wanted to do something that was like just something for me, that I could just sit down with friends and people that I like and talk to them.
You good.
Nothing like
you have a great conversation.
crazy.
This
Thank
is
you.
dope for you.
It's something where I could just like chill and sit and
It's therapy.
yeah. it's something different, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's after a while with the photo shoots and the video shoots and all this stuff, it's fun. I love it, but it gets a little
Repetitive.
yeah.
Yeah.
It just gets a little bit like I don't know what the right word is. I don't want to like use the wrong word.
Right.
It's not surface, but it's just I want to do something where I'm engaging people a little more.
Yeah, I feel you. And that's where I am too right now, just within my whole like brand and just music, you know, I just want it to feel real, like some soul.
And where are you at with music? What do you so you started in Detroit, you come here. You've been doing music since then.
I came to LA for the first time with my girl group. Mm-hmm. We performed at Center Stage. We had a showcase for labels, and the Jacksons were there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was so cool. Michael Jackson was right there rehearsing for the This Is It tour.
Oh, wow, I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the tour he never was able to do.
Yeah. I remember that. So I must have been, I remember exactly where I was
Tyler,
when he died.
I'm freezing. My voice going to start trembling. I'm gonna be like,
let me turn. Let's take a break.
Right,
Let's take a break and get her. Let's get her something. Let's take a break for a second. I'll put the heater on. All right, we got the heater going for you.
Thank you.
The girl from Michigan's cold, Southern California.
Listen, that's why I'm not in Michigan. I can't take the winters there. I shut down in the cold.
Yeah. Like
just me, the type of person I am. The sun gives me
life.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. I like literally it's like fertilizer
I'm like,
to
with
me.
The cold, I'm like, all right, let's get going. Like I feel good.
I think that's because you light skin, Tyler. Mm-hmm. That's what they say.
My people from up north. Not Canadian.
For real.
Yeah. No,
y'all don't get cold.
I like the sun. I mean, I don't go in the sun very often because I just don't like it. You know, it ages you in a way that I don't need it. I don't like to be like out just laying in the sun.
It's not good for us.
Like I would do it in like Hawaii.
Right.
But I'm not wasting it on Fullerton. You know, I'm not doing that.
Man, I'll be out there laid out in y'all backyard out here in Fullerton all day.
Yeah. Well, like everywhere in Southern California is warm.
Cali sun, everything compared to Michigan though. So
it
is. I'll be
outside every Tyler day. From here though.
Yeah. From Cali.
Yeah.
So
that's
spoiled.
Remember we was talking earlier how I was telling you they don't think the sun and the palm trees and the
it's different. I mean, well, and I get that, like seeing palm trees and mountains and stuff and different things like that. Like that's definitely different.
I want to see you go do a Michigan winter.
I went to a Chicago winter. It's similar.
You did a whole winter?
I didn't stay there.
In Chicago?
No, I didn't like it.
You did some days.
I didn't like it.
Exactly.
I stayed in New York. Snow hit. I was the only place I've spent an entire winter in was New York.
Okay. New York do get tough.
It snowed. Winters. I liked it. I was walking around in shorts. I was fine. I was fine. I was like, this is like, they were looking at me. I was like, y'all are, you know.
Dog, I'm done.
Well, because at least the times when it snowed in New York, I was, you know, I would go from my hotel to the gym or somewhere, right? I'd go to the grocery store or whatever, and it would be like 60-something degrees. And then by the time I would leave, like 2-3 hours later, it would be like all of a sudden a snowstorm quickly comes through. Yeah. We had these kind of weird, like quick snowstorms. And so I'd still be in the clothes that I was wearing to go work out or go for a run. And so I'm walking around in like these like shorts, and it's not that far, so it's like a mile or something. So I'm walking back, and people are in full snow boots and stuff, and I'm like, it's like an inch, like. So I just don't. It doesn't bother me.
Oh, see,
the cold just doesn't bother me.
In Michigan, we get feet of snow.
Yeah.
It gets so bad in Michigan that school is sometimes canceled for weeks.
Yeah, no, I was there when it would get some pretty heavy snow, and I didn't love, you know, the endless, like I wouldn't like having to shovel myself out of my own house. That wouldn't be fun.
Up, snow days.
Oh yeah, that's.
Oh, like when you don't have school.
Yeah.
Right. Watch the news.
Yeah.
We turn on the news.
Well, when you're a kid too, like there's something about staying at home as a kid the daytime just feels different. Like there's something like
school.
there's something about there being no school, but everyone else is going to work. It just feels different being at home.
Facts.
There's something about it that just feels.
I remember school days.
When you stay home sick from school, it's like you feel like you're doing something bad or something. It's just like it feels like it's just better.
Feel like you like
Staying at home in the middle of the day when you're an adult, you feel kind of like, all right, I feel like a loser. Like I feel, what am I doing right now?
Right.
You know, when you're at home at 12:30 in the daytime in your, pajamas, it's a big difference when you're 10 and when you're 30. There's a big jump in terms of like
facts.
appropriate.
How I feel.
You know?
Cause like when
I got cameras going on you, right?
I know.
Just in case.
So are you shooting where I can edit it for a reel? Like this?
Vertical?
Yeah.
I'm shooting it wide enough to where you'll be able to crop yourself in. Yeah. Like there's enough space on either side to where you'll be able to when you crop it'll be
to this shape?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. But do it anyway. You can sync up the audio. I'm sure you'll be good.
Okay.
You'll be fine.
So what was we just talking about?
Snow. How much you love snow?
Fuck snow. I don't like snow.
You don't like snow?
You know what? I did go skiing.
You think it's because you were in it too much? You think it was because you grew up in it and you stayed there and you were in it until?
I hate snow.
Or you think that if you had been growing up here in Barbie's dream house, because SoCal is just like it's just sunny.
I'm glad I grew up where I grew up.
It's 77 most of the year. If it rains, it's like a mist that barely washes your car off. It's just whenever I pull up the weather app, it's just sun. I'm like, and there's probably people out there that are going to hear this and be like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, but it's like, just change, do something. Give me some rain, give me some something,
Yeah.
Don't just be warm and balmy all the time. It's just, pleasant weather.
That's crazy.
Forever.
I would love some consistent weather, because like what I like about out here is it's warm enough for me to just throw on stuff and run out. I don't have to think so hard about clothes. I don't have to put all these layers on. I don't need a hat. I don't need gloves. I don't need a scarf. I don't need 2 pairs of socks. I don't need long johns. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
that sounds fun.
Listen, that's how Michigan is. But I will say that I'm grateful.
I do like that though.
Layering up.
I like being. It's something about home that I like.
Yeah.
Wearing the clothes. We get
the seasons,
we get all different type of seasons. We can switch it up.
Yeah.
We gotta switch our wardrobes up.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's something fun about that. We've had a lot of heat. It's hot, and now it's gonna get colder again.
Oh, see, I'm opposite though. I'm good. Let's be hot every day.
Or it's cold. Now it's gonna get warm, and then it's gonna change to something else. Versus here, it's just pretty much the same.
See, we just different.
The winter is like here is like it shifts from being.
It get cold here in the winter.
I mean it can get, but rarely is it below 50.
But it be cold. Y'all 50 sometimes feel like 30.
It's dry. It's because it's dry. Yeah.
Y'all 50 feel like a good 30.
It's
I
dry.
know what 30 feel like.
It's that desert dry feel. That's why New York winter to me isn't that bad. Because when it's 40 degrees, it's still humid. You still have that ocean air. You kind of have that like.
See, New York is way different than Michigan. New York don't get as bad as Michigan.
Well, because Chicago was when we were there, it was freezing.
Yeah, Chicago was horrible.
But it wasn't the cold; it was the wind that I didn't like.
Right.
Because it's like I can deal with the cold. I don't mind. You can put layers on. I feel like the thing I feel like with winter is I can put layers on, but when it's 110 degrees, I can only take so much off and put the air conditioning on so much. But you're still hot. And when you're still hot and you've done everything you can, you just sit there and you're miserable.
Right.
And that to me is the worst feeling ever.
So you'd rather be too cold than too
hot? Because I can put 10 blankets on. I'm eventually going to get warm.
I'd rather be hot than cold.
I'd rather be hot than cold.
You sleep in a hot room for a week and tell me. We're going to stick you in a hot room, 100-degree room, and then a 50-degree room. We're going to say, which one do you like? You can have as many blankets as you want. That's the control. You can have as many blankets as you want in the hot room and the cold room. You can do whatever you'd like.
A 50 degree?
60 degree. We'll give you 60 degree.
Yeah, I'm like 50. I need it to be at minimum 72.
There was we had our air conditioning was broken last summer for like a week, and we don't run it that much, but we run it enough to keep it like in the 80s or 70s, you know, in the house. But like it's not freezing or anything, but it's just normal. And it was that this time, I don't know what happened, but it was like 110, 109 degrees at night still. It was this crazy heat wave. And I remember because we had a client come and they came for dinner and stuff, and we were hanging out, and I walked outside and it was like, you know, when the hot air hits you in the face when you open the door and you're just like, whoa, like, why is it so hot? And it was like 109, 108 outside at like 8 o'clock at night. And I was just like, it's not going to go down below 90. It's going to be, and like I took the dog for a walk that night, like late. And it was like, we probably got like 50 steps before he was like, all right, let's go. Let's go back.
Man.
I'm done. This is not, it was 90 degrees at like midnight. And that's the stuff I can't take. I can do, if it was a blizzard, I would have been like, all right, we'll just stay inside. You know what I mean? But for some reason, that heat, it just gets in the walls. It gets in the, I don't know. I don't like it.
You know, I guess, you know, too
like
much of anything. Nobody wants too much of anything, you know. But so that's why Michigan is cool, because it is a lot of seasons. Yeah, you know. And I think that when I think about that, it's like we never are able to get comfortable with the weather in Michigan, you know.
That's like it's like, you know, you know what to expect too. Like October is gonna be cooler.
No, it don't always be so black and white. Like
you could wake up in Michigan and it'll say 80 degrees. You will dress and have some shorts on.
And then it drops.
30 minutes later, it's raining. You got to go home, put on some pants or jacket.
Tomorrow it's hailing, then snowing. Like
that's weird.
Yeah, it's a lot of different weather.
It's a weird part. Where is that? It's Michigan's like kind of by like, it's like north. I mean, it's more north, right?
Michigan is like Midwest, but north Midwest.
Because it gets cold.
Yeah, and it's surrounded by the Great Lakes.
Yeah.
So Michigan is the only state in the United States that is surrounded by 5 Great Lakes, and they're all fresh water, no salt water.
Oh,
so,
I didn't know that.
So when we
said there were salt water.
Honey, when we jet ski out there, it ain't no burning in our eyes.
Huh.
We jumping in them lakes.
I don't like lakes. I don't know something about lakes. Big lakes, it's funny. Big lake, like a Great Lake, it's fine.
But
like
little
a small little lake, no thanks.
Yeah, I feel
probably a car in there or something. Some
dead bodies out
there's
there.
people in there. I don't want to be. No, I don't do little lakes. No, there's people that love that.
The Great Lakes are huge.
Because those are big enough. It's like the ocean. It's big enough to where, you know, it doesn't bother me. But when it's like a little lake and there's like 100 people in there, you're just like, that's gross. It's like a big pool.
Yeah, I don't really like pools.
No. Like for exercise, I used to swim, but like a public pool, like going in like or the Vegas pools, I don't do that. I don't know. I don't like a public pool in Vegas has just got to be just like just the dirtiest environment I can think of. All those people just standing there waist deep. And there's something about being dry, like up here, and then you're wet down halfway. It's like the weirdest, like feeling just standing in a pool like that, and it's warm. The water's warm. I don't know what from, but I'm hoping it's heated. It's just like, it's the worst. It's there's certain things people pay for, and they pay a lot of money for, that are miserable.
Yeah.
How much they pay to get in them Vegas?
I don't even know, but I know they have to pay to be there, and it's $1 too many.
Sometimes it be like elbow to elbow in them pools.
Yeah, you're like you're like this. You see them.
Swim.
No, you don't swim. It's a. I think it's more of like a what's the word? Like when you're just being social.
A
You're
social
just talking to people.
gathering.
Then I'm like, I can talk to people outside the water. Like
Y'all just
inside.
standing there like listen to the music.
Yeah.
Holding your drink, like
Sipping on your $13 martini.
everybody got their phones, like
Yeah.
you know how that go.
I'm picturing it in my head.
Yeah. And they.
Tay hasn't been to Vegas yet.
How old are you?
18.
Okay.
Baby boy just turned 18. Shout out to Tay, the big 1-8.
There you go.
It's
Congratulations.
a blessing.
Appreciate it.
That's you got a couple more fun birthdays.
He does.
Got a lot of them.
Facts. A lot of more life.
More milestone birthdays though is the
Milestone.
21, at least in the States here.
Yeah.
21. And then you kind of got that. Is that it though? You can rent a car at like what, 29, 26?
25.
26, 25.
Yeah.
So that's a big one.
A little.
And after that, it's just, yeah, you know. Every year now that since then, I'm like, every time I turn another year, I'm always like, oh, okay, this is nice. Like,
I'm like, thank God for another year of life.
But it's not, it's funny when you get older, you can do, like when you can do what you want,
Mm-hmm.
you're just like,
It's
right,
kind of weird.
I'm just going to like, I'm going to go do this today, or I'm going to go, it's like back when you were little, you know, you have people do stuff for you or plan things but the older you get, you know, you're just going to get in the car one day and just go somewhere and do something on your own and be like, oh, this was a nice day. This was nice and chill. I didn't need all that drama, you know?
Facts.
But,
Man, it do be a hassle trying to get people to do stuff.
Yeah.
All type of stuff.
You could just.
the circle gets smaller.
Yeah,
over
that's the
time.
truth.
That's for sure.
Circle definitely gets smaller.
When I was like in like college age, high school, I had like a ton of friends that we'd like, you know, like always go places and do things, and it's down to like a handful now, like couple that I would be like,
Mm-hmm.
like if someone was saying who's your friends,
Mm-hmm.
it's so small now.
Yeah.
It gets smaller and smaller. People get busy, they do their own lives and
Yeah.
stuff, but it's not like anything wrong, but
People lives change. They
yeah,
move away.
move away.
Distance.
That's a crazy one too, the moving away thing. I have a friend who just she was gonna come do this too, but she was busy and stuff, but she's living in South Africa now, or Italy.
Wow.
I can't remember. She was living in South Africa for a while because her husband's from there, and she's from here, and like she hadn't been home in like 5-6 years. It's crazy, like just being off, gone,
Just
Yeah.
it's completely different.
different world.
That's how it is
You know?
with us being here
Yeah.
in California.
And so, are you here full time, or are you here?
Yeah, we're here for a full time.
Yeah. And you travel back and forth. Do you have like a place there too, or do you stay with family, or?
When I go home,
Yeah.
I go to visit my family, or I go to do work, and then I come back here.
You come back, so you're here now.
Yep.
Because when I first met you, you were there,
Yep.
and it was the reverse. You were coming here for just the work and the.
Yeah, I did that for a long time, flying here on buddy passes. Sometimes sleeping in airports because the flight was too full. Literally.
Tell me about that. That was like that's like a time in your life. I feel like that you had a dream of what you wanted to do, but you were in that kind of middle ground before you couldn't quite say you had you were working towards a career.
Right.
You know, you were in a transitionary period. You weren't. You were at home. You were here in Michigan. You wanted to be here.
Yep.
And making that happen is challenging.
Yeah, definitely.
You know.
Yeah, man. It's a lot of sacrifice. It's a lot of dedication. It's a lot of wins. It's a lot of losses. It's a lot of investing. It's a lot of learning. You know, you make some mistakes. But as long as you continue to grow and elevate, as long as you continue to grow and elevate, then it's worth it. You know, I don't really know what it's like to not grow and elevate, but I can only imagine the disappointment. That's why I push myself so hard. I push the people around me hard, you know, because we have to grow and elevate. You don't want to be that person to be like, I coulda, I shoulda, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of times, you know, it was hard. Like I had to take breaks. You know, a lot of times I was like, forget this, you know. But sometimes that's necessary. You need breaks. Rest is important, you know. You never lose the passion. You never lose the love for it, you know. You got to take time to step away, reevaluate things, you know, figure out to put together some new moves, repackage, rebrand, you know, study, take time to study and listen and come back better and stronger every single time.
How do you deal with, like, as an artist, like, you get burned out? Do you ever get tired of it, or do you get tired of situations?
Well, I think when it comes to the artistry and the creativity, I never get tired of that because that's what I love and that's what I'm here for. Like, those are my gifts.
Yeah.
I think what burns me out sometimes is like when it becomes so industry and political, you know, that's when it can get burnt out a little bit, you know, 'cause like, it, you know, business can burn anybody out. It's like so many things, you know, and I think that that's the part that has become, that I've fallen in love with over these past couple of years, is just being the businesswoman. Because I'm independent, you know, and everything that I'm doing today, like I said, was all just like a dream of mine since I was the little girl in my grandma's backyard.
Right.
You know, and then it turned into this career, and it's a business now. This is a full-blown business. I'm teaching my sons how to be businessmen, and elevate not only within their talent and passions, but you know, when that talent and that passion turns into a business, we got to be ready for that. You know, and that's what I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't prepare myself for that. I didn't have, like, I was in situations, different business deals with people, but a lot of times those people aren't teaching you the business.
Right.
You know, those situations.
They're using you for a certain part.
Yeah. You know, and when those situations, if those situations are no longer there to handle the business for you, you got to keep going, you know, so then you start to learn the business. And I've fallen in love with being a businesswoman and being an entrepreneur and really owning that side of me as a woman and realizing it's really been in me my whole life, you know, that entrepreneurship, like, side of me, you know. But yeah, that can become a little like when the business gets you feel me, like sometimes I can't sit down and just be the creative and hit on pots and pans and do live mixes all day because I gotta tend to business. You're not like just a robot machine. You know, all right, make music now, let's go. No, it's not that easy. No. You know, and it's funny to explain that to people when in that, because that is true of any type of creative endeavor. If you're a designer, if you're an artist, painter, photographer, it's easy for people to be like, all right, let's just do it today. Let's do it right now. And you're just like, but I'm not, it's not, you know, it's not the right time. I'm not in the mindset to create that. Yes. You know, so asking you just to create a song when you're not in the right frame of mind, you know, or you're busy or you're being pulled 50 different ways. Yeah. So, I mean, with that, it's like with the music side of things, that's my passion. So you ask me to create some music, come on, let's create some music. I love music. I love performing. That's my passion. I'm going to always tap into that, especially if I'm inspired by it. I went to the studio the other night and did some vocals on B Major, one of his songs. He's a dope artist, songwriter, producer. He from Detroit too. And he had me and 2 other girls doing some background vocals, and we were like singing in harmony. It reminded me of when I was in the girl group, you know. And don't get me wrong, me and Alante, we just started a new business together. We've been doing property management, like
Very nice.
Airbnb properties, and you know, out here in LA. And that has been, it's a new
whole thing,
man. You know. But when he hit me and said, LaBritney, you want to come to the studio? I'm like, hell yeah, that's my therapy.
Right.
That's my therapy.
Right.
That's my therapy.
And that's kind of like, that's like in a like more collaborative setting though. Like that's something where you enjoy it because it's something where you get to go have fun with someone that you know, you either you like them. You
I don't do
them.
nothing I don't want to do anymore.
Yeah. Because that's where it comes in when like a label comes in and says, hey, you got to do this, 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 and this.
I'm not with a label.
It's a challenge.
That's why I'm my own boss.
Yeah. It's a whole,
and I love it.
There's a whole bunch of strings that come with it. That's difficult.
Yeah, I make my own schedule.
Yeah.
I do what's gonna inspire me, make me feel good, what makes sense to me, you know.
Yeah.
But I do remember being at a place like that. You know, I can relate to that.
Yeah.
And
being on someone else's time.
Yeah, and under their vision and, you know, and stuff like that. And I mean, honestly, that just means that maybe that situation wasn't right for me. Or, you know, if you feel like that, maybe it's not, you know, because I think when it's a team, it should be aligned vision. You know, it shouldn't feel like a struggle or feel like you're forcing things or lying. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how it is with me, you know? Like, I work with people that I enjoy working with, you know? It's living my life. I'm living my life. I'm not trying to create one. You know what I mean? Like, I wake up every day and I do what I love with the people that I love. And we making strides towards greatness. That's really what it is for us.
So where do you see, like, you're trying to, you have a clothing line you've developed around yourself. Why don't you tell us about that too?
So La Nation Shop is, it stemmed from, La Nation Shop actually started off as Lavish. That was a clothing line I started years ago out my living room. I used to hand sew, like sew dresses and leggings and sweatsuits and stuff like that. And people used to come buy them from me, you know, right out the living room. We used to have a living room with sewing machines and full of fabric. And then I did like When Beauty Meets Brain crew necks. Those went crazy.
I remember that.
Remember those? And I had When Glamour Meets a Hood Bitch. Those was fire too. And then I started doing the LaBritney show, which is, you know, my headlining show. And I would sell merch at my shows. And my merch always would sell out. My sweatsuits, camouflage sweatsuits, hoodies, all things like that. And so what I did was, I'm like, man, you know, fashion, I've always loved fashion. I love to dress. I love style. Like, my son over here does too. Like, but I'm like, you know, I want to just create like my own line.
Yeah.
You know, and consistently sell clothes to people. Because obviously, you know, I got style. You know, I love to design. I love to dress. And the people buy it. You feel me? Like, they want to rock it. When they see me wearing it, they want to rock it. I'm like, let me continue to bless the streets. You feel me? So I came up with La Nation Shop. But La Nation Shop is actually a store. You know, and La Nation Shop has a new website, LaNationShop.com, and we'll be dropping different brands with La Nation Shop.
Okay.
You
inside
know?
Of the,
Exactly, inside of La Nation Shop. So, of course, we have our La Nation Shop house brand. That's like when you go on Amazon, and Amazon got their own Amazon products, you feel me? So, La Nation got sweatsuits and jackets and things like that. But, like Alante, he working on a line. It's called Stay Militant. You know, he's going to drop that brand on La Nation Shop.
Stay Militant.
That's a cool name.
Yeah, we got to get Tyler a jacket.
Yeah, so what's that about?
Stay militant, just a way of life.
Yeah. Short and sweet.
It's just the way you move, how you think. You know.
I like it. What's it like? Is it like based on your style, or is it based on something you want to see?
Like, what you mean when you say that?
So like, I've heard this from a lot of people before when they come up with an idea, is that they always wish they found this out there. You know what I mean? Like is this something that you have been wanting to wear
Oh yeah, most definitely.
that you just could never find it?
Yeah, I want to see myself wearing it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can see myself wearing it.
Yeah.
Envision it in my head. So I want to make it happen, which I am gonna make it happen. Stay militant. The brand coming soon. Gotta
There you
stay tuned.
Yeah, it's fire.
We gonna hook you up with a jacket and
Yeah,
some
no,
pants.
I wear that all the time.
What size pants you wear?
Oh, I'm gonna say that on here. It's the 32. They're
We
like,
got the.
Tyler
32
look fly.
32 in a
Stay
couple
militant
weeks.
set.
yeah,
Fire.
yeah. No, I've noticed that since you started. I mean, because when I first met you, you were doing Beauty Meets Brain. When Beauty Meets Brain.
Yeah.
I think that was. I might have met you a little bit before that, but around that time.
Mm-hmm.
And then you kind of phased that out, and then I remember you kept reinventing it. And I always liked that you kept reinventing something, different for the era you were in.
Yeah.
And it's definitely one of those things where throughout your career so far, throughout your business career so far, you've done things that they fit you at that moment. And then you kind of seem to be the person that kind of shuts the door on something, and you turn here and then you go, okay, now here's what I want to do now. Which I like that personality. You're not sticking with the same thing for, when you feel like you've done something.
Yeah.
Okay, like I'm glad I did that. This was great. I'm happy I have that experience. I did this. Let's do something new.
Yeah. That's what life is about, experiences. I'm challenging myself every single time I take on something new. With the lime mixes are dope. I know what they gonna do. I could drop a lime mix at any time and it's gonna go up. You feel me? Actually, I like the fact that I ain't dropped one in a long time. Make you miss them.
The fact that people miss them.
Yes.
Comeback gonna be crazy. We was just discussing that earlier.
Yeah.
It's
That's
gonna get
crazy.
colossal.
And what's funny to me is we're talking about a piece of content.
Yeah.
But it's not just a piece of content. Like, the lime mix is actually like,
No, it's talent though.
yeah.
That's the thing. That's a type of talent that can get really quickly dismissed because it's funny and it's fun and it's cute, right? And those kind of things to me tend to get dismissed. But
the real
you're
no.
singing, in there. You're doing the harmonies. You're doing the the choruses and everything together. You're mixing it together. So you're doing that, which people already can't do. Like, not at most people out there can't just come and just sing a song on key, up there with the artist who created it.
Yeah.
Right? Then you have to figure out, how am I going to create the beats?
Yeah.
Which in itself, you maybe could figure out a few things, right? But some of the things you would do are really creative, and figuring out the right way of shaking this thing to make the sound.
Man, I feel like I ran out of options.
To not go back to the same
Yes.
the popcorn kernels.
I made it a mission to always make sure I use different items.
things, which is hard. And so you're seeing her with her fingernails on something glass or doing something, and so that was challenging enough as well. And then you had to learn how to edit and put it all together.
Yeah.
And this is also back, 5 years ago or so. So it was, there was apps and stuff, but not like today.
No.
Not like today it's like autopilot. You can there's some apps where they pull it up and they just do everything for you.
Yeah, just sync it together.
And it's not even, TikTok does that. TikTok, you put in, if you want to sync it to music, it just picks it for you.
Yeah.
I don't like that because it's picking stuff that maybe I wouldn't pick.
Right.
So you lose that kind of, but for something quick,
Exactly.
it saves tons of time. If you're just posting some photos from
Exactly.
when you were out, it's great, or some video,
Yeah. That they have an editor for you.
But that back then you had to do the whole thing. How did you edit that? Did you used to edit it on the computer?
Oh, I shot and edited from my iPhone.
All on the iPhone?
Yep, all on the iPhone. Oh, trapping off the iPhone.
Shout out iPhone.
Yeah, that was dope. That man, thank God for the Lamix. Honestly, it opened so many doors for me. It made me realize the power of social media. I know my sister, my kids, I know I get on their nerves when I talk to them about social media. But it's like I literally figured out like, whoa, I can reach millions of people all around the globe right here from my iPhone.
Oh, yeah.
I can... The salary some people make it in a year, you can make right off your iPhone. The salary people went to college and got a degree for, going to work 9 to 5 at somebody else's job for. If you can figure out on the iPhone, you can. It's
from
to
the
be
house.
It's to be sold. There's a lot of power in it.
Oh yeah, it's amazing how it's opened up this world of opportunity.
Dang, you could just like buy some crypto right off your phone,
Literally,
and that'll go up.
the metaverse.
Buy some NFTs, buy stocks right off your phone and get rich.
You could buy real estate in the metaverse.
Yeah, it's so many.
I know.
Nah,
It's
that's
crazy.
crazy.
It's so many.
It's
different
crazy.
ways.
So many ways. It's
And
a lot
some
of
of
ways.
this stuff is like you wouldn't have even imagined it'd be 5 years ago. You wouldn't have even thought that they'd be, because it just seems to be going so fast. They're advancing and
is.
progressing things so quickly. I mean, even just the phones. Like, I don't really. It's funny because when I was younger, I was really into the technology, like the phones and stuff. Now I'm just like, whatever. I mean, if it's the 12, 13, whatever. But each iteration, the camera, the memory, the speed, I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
You remember the flip phone?
Yep.
When we had like the Verizon Connect, or like those, like when you can go on the internet with like your flip phone,
Yep.
and it was like it was so slow
Dial up.
to get nothing. To just go to like Google something would have taken 30 seconds of this loading channel, and then 10 years later you're like screaming at your phone because it's not loading fast enough. It's,
High speed.
it's this amazing like I always think about that from time to time. I'm always like, you know, when like a call drops or something, you're like, this piece of shit, you know, this stupid phone, you know, and I'm just like, I'm like the things you can do now, like you're FaceTiming someone, you're not talking to them on the phone, you're looking at them on your dashboard while you drive, you know, or something.
Yeah, that's cool.
And it's crazy. It's like this crazy, you know, I'm like, what's it going to be in 10 years from now? Like, we're all going to be in headsets and
holograms.
I don't know.
We're going to be able to do this right here, and it's going to look just like this, but we're going to be in 3 different countries.
Yeah. That's when you got me. That's when I'll be like, all right, I'm in.
Man.
When it can be like you can create, you know, stuff to where it looks real, but it's not. Because video games are close.
You just showed me a fake model.
Yes, I did show you a fake model. A digital model.
A digital model.
They got robot police.
And even he said they used to have more information on that page. They had like the digital designer, and they took it away, I think, because they didn't want to give it away.
That it was a digital
That it's a digital model. And that's going to be
insane.
the next thing, I feel like, in modeling and in photography is when does the digital model take over the real model? Does it ever?
Man.
Does it make a difference?
I pay for some digital models.
If you
They're
were,
gonna be taxing for that.
I think so too.
would it make a difference though if you were at a fashion show in the metaverse and it was a digital model and you couldn't tell the difference? Would it make a difference?
In
To
the
you?
metaverse
If you were in like a headset, like an Oculus, right?
with the VR on.
The VR and everything, and you were at a fashion show, you were front row at a fashion show, and in theory, everyone could be front row at a fashion show when you're in a, you know, Oculus kind of situation. It can make you right there with everybody and having models walk by just like they do today. But it's not always, none of it's real.
I think what
At
makes
what point is that the Matrix? At what point is that, at which point?
if they're digital models of like famous people, that's the thing, because that's what makes fashion shows cool, is to go see a favorite model walking the runway in your
person.
favorite style. But that's the metaverse is still gonna kind of be like that.
But what if it's like, oh, that's that famous model from that artist that made that model?
I think it can become like that as well. That's probably why they took the creator, the editor of off of there, because those pics, I'm sure, started to go viral because they're so good.
Oh yeah, no, they showed up to me as photography inspiration.
Exactly.
I was like, how do they like this? And then I was like, oh, in the computer.
It
wasn't real.
It's this one Instagram page. It's this girl, and she looks just like a robot, like an avatar.
Is she real or is she digital?
It's digital. She's not a real person.
She got an Instagram.
So for everybody out there who's listening, it's on Instagram, KOFFI.GRAM, Kofigram. It's this digital male model that is like, they're getting close. That's all. And there's female. Some of them are a little digital. Some of them still have a little bit of, this kind of, like they're not quite there. Like this girl here. That's his girlfriend.
But that don't look digital to me. Look, is this
I used
girl
to do
right
3D
here.
design, so I for me maybe I'm
Look at her page.
I'm picking up on it a little bit more because
Oh,
I used to do that.
Okay, I've never seen that before.
But I know how hard it is to make something look real. So they are
Killing it.
wildly talented. There's others too. There's other people. That's just one that someone sent me, and they said, look at this model, and I said, oh yeah, that's he's like crazy bone structure and just looks amazing. And they're like, yeah, he's a 3D avatar, and I was like, what? And it's the way they light it. They light it like photography. They light it like it's in a studio, because there's lights in the digital program. There's lights.
Got it.
So you want this softbox, or you want this umbrella, and here's what it, and they position it
Right.
like you would here. And a lot of photographers and directors and people who work in movies now and stuff use those programs to like pre-light the set. So when they want to see what it looks like before they do it, they set it up in there. But this takes it to another level where it's photoreal on the output. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
I know they have AI that can make like comments. They can comment on Twitter and stuff and make, they can talk like a real person. It's a computer. Robot, not a robot, it's AI, but it's someone who it's the technology is crazy. The stuff that's just in the last few years.
Person?
I think so.
Who's this one?
Look. You could tell me, because you good at editing. What is that?
She's verified, so. Oh, I don't know. See, there's a girl. This is hard. So this one is Lil Miquela. So LilMiquela on Instagram. I think she's real.
And what is she doing to herself?
I think this is just a girl in anime and stuff. Like not even anime, but just that kind of. She has amazing eyes. Her eyes are so wide.
That is not real.
This is not real right here. The girl in, well, see, her she's with this Ariana Grande, wax figure that's like really bad. What is that? Is that Ariana Grande?
Yeah.
That was a
That's
bad
a wax
Ariana Grande.
figure.
Yeah, this is weird. This is she could be a digital person, but I think it's just filters.
Filters?
I think it's filters.
What?
She's got interesting hair, interesting eyes. She's already an interesting person. But she's got like filters and stuff on too. Because a lot of people now they filter everything.
Really?
Everybody. Yeah. I've met people and didn't know who they were.
What kind of filters,
based on their
though?
pictures? No, we had someone that we worked with that was she owned a company and she was so heavily retouched on Instagram that I didn't recognize her in person. The filters are crazy, and that's his generation and below. You don't know what they look like until you see them in person, and even then, if eventually you get to the point where you have some kind of glasses on or something, you're never gonna know.
What's that show called?
Black Mirror. Yeah.
No, the other show
What's wrong?
where they be basically doing the same thing. Texting over social media, but it don't be the real person.
Catfish.
Oh, catfish. Yeah, that too.
That's definitely a
That too.
catfish.
That too. I just mean though, like in real life, one day there's a possibility that you're gonna have someone you're gonna meet, and your eyes are gonna be showing the filter that they set for themselves, because you're gonna have some kind of glasses on or some kind of digital technology, so you're gonna be seeing what they want you to see. Which the argument could be made: is that any different than makeup? Is it really?
Yeah, that's a little extreme.
The filters? Is that where you draw the line?
Yeah, it's like
This is the. So imagine if you have VR glasses and everything that you do. Which there's a whole lot of ifs with that, because to me, like, you have to have a lot of free time to be in there all the time. But like, you have to go to real life sometime for
right.
at least for a while, until they figure out how to make everything in there. But how would you, when you go in there and you're talking to people, it's like a video game where you choose your character and you design the character with the hair that you want and the style you want and the clothes you want, and that's your person, right?
The metaverse.
They already have those video game characters everywhere. I'm sure you've played something before where you've customized something.
Roblox.
You've customized an armor, or you've customized a helmet.
NBA 2K.
Like that.
On
2K, simply you make a player on there.
Make your player a certain.
All types of stuff. It's getting deep now.
Is it?
I know you could you could buy real estate. You couldn't do that on 2K. They got the metaverse.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, that's
crazy.
different. The metaverse is a whole different ball game.
What did you think about that when they changed their name? You think, is it?
I'm like, wow, what's to come?
Yeah.
It's gonna get crazy when they put the metaverse on Xboxes and PlayStations.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's gonna be another way to make people latch on to it.
You play Oculus and stuff?
Oh, I don't got a VR. But
The
I do
VR?
play the game though.
The games that you play?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't gotten into it yet.
Neither have I.
The closest thing I got really into a VR was Wii. Playing the Wii when I was younger. Remote.
That was fun.
I liked Wii.
I like that. We're going to sound so old. We're going to be like those people in the 90s that we're talking about. You heard about the internet? This internet thing? We're going to be on a loop somewhere at some time. Someone's going to be like, look at these people in 2021.
Gotta just make sure you stay hip, though. Because then you just full of history and knowledge.
Better get your VR glasses and
You better learn the metaverse,
Learn
because
your
that's
filters.
what's to come.
Yeah, that's some crazy.
Gotta stay with it. The only people don't be wanting to be a little uncomfortable, learn something new. They want to stick to what they know.
That's true.
Feel me?
There's something to be said about, I think there's always going to be you're always going to have singers and painters and stuff. A computer can paint something, obviously. They already have been able to do that. But there's always going to be that kind of there's a human perception, I think. I think people like when it's real.
Humanity, yeah.
If I tell you it's a computer made this story, you're going to be like, wow, it's amazing. But you're also going to be kind of oh, there's a little bit of a weird thing to it.
I think human, we will be vintage. Humans will become
the
vintage.
Original.
Yeah, and the things that we create will be vintage.
It's like that TikTok voice, that robot voice they put on everything. And I'm like, wait till that voice has you can change it and
you
tweak
can.
it and you can
You can
tweak
change it. They
no,
have
but
different voices.
in a way that's not like a robot.
Oh yeah, no.
You know, in a way that sounds like how you would sound.
Oh yeah.
Or you can tweak it to have an accent, or you can tweak it to kind of wait till that happens, where you start having this, you know, you can make it a singer, make her sing something. You know,
That ain't far fetched.
that's when it's gonna be really weird to me.
That's
It's already weird right now. There's already a bit of a weirdness to it for me right now, whereas just because we're not in this situation like where it's like the Matrix, where you're you're not in it. You have VR glasses, but there's only so much of that's accessible, you know?
Right.
And you got to do the whole thing, and when you take it off, you're back in your room.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's just weird. It's a weird era.
I'm interested to see what happens with health, because if people get so caught up in they have workout programs in the metaverse, so people will be going to the gym and you have to physically move.
I always said if they could, because they made this, but like if back in the day when I used to play video games, I'm like, if I ran as much as this character does, like I would be just like in the best shape ever.
Like Super Mario?
Like if I'm just walking around, running around, but I have to, when I'm running, when they're running, you know, kind of thing. Like I was like, this would be the best thing ever. I'd be exercising, and you know, and they developed this thing where they strap you in, and like if you go forward, you know, you can run forward, you can run backwards, you can go side to side, and you're kind of in this like bungee kind of jump looking thing where it holds you in, but you can go forward, backward, and you're running on like a ball. It's like, it's crazy. It's really crazy. Because that was always the weird thing for me for VR, was that you're kind of in this, you're standing in a room with glasses on, or you're sitting in a room with glasses on, and there's people around, there's people around you outside. So my brain could never really fully get into it, because I'm always like, I know it's fake. I know it's, if I walk into the wall, I'm going to hit the wall. But if you're in something and strapped in, and you're not in, when you move, it moves kind of thing, and you're not going to go anywhere outside, maybe your brain could kind of like relax.
You feel like you win the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least the games where you move. They already figured out like racing games and stuff. It's not very, you sit down and pretend you're driving. But I don't know. When you can jump like your character in 2K, and you can actually jump on like a platform, and it registers everything, and you're doing, that's like the crazy thing to me. I don't know.
It's gonna be like that in probably like 5 to 10 years.
Yeah.
Well, y'all thinking of it, y'all should create it. It's like, where do you start?
Yeah, that kind of thing. It's like I'm too stupid to figure that out.
Like that to a crazy
to Silicon Valley.
Mm-hmm.
To a
They have to be working on something like that by now. There's no way they haven't. And the thing is like, I used to say like, yeah, like, maybe in like 20 years. Now I'm like, maybe in 3.
Yeah, things are happening so fast.
It feels like things are happening so much faster. I don't know.
They are.
Everything happening faster. Before you know it, main currency gonna be crypto in the United States.
What crypto you have?
What you got? I just turned 18.
Oh,
I'm
true.
trying to get my crypto.
True.
My account ain't verified yet. My mama got crypto though.
I did not know you had to be 18 to own it.
Yeah. Parents can buy it.
You can buy it on his behalf.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So he has Bitcoin, Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, XRP, and about to buy some Ethereum. Feel like we late, but we about to get on that right now.
And we finna buy some of that metaverse. What was it called?
Oh, the Decentraland.
The Decentraland.
What's that?
It's, what coin was that? I don't know.
My
whatever.
phone just died. I'll send it to you. But so Decentraland is like a land within the metaverse, and I guess they have a coin. One of my friends sent it to me, so I'm gonna just send it to you so you can check it out.
Yeah.
Do you got any Ethereum?
I have Ethereum. I have What else I have? XRP. I have Cardano. Two of ADA. And I have a little bit of Bitcoin, but I don't have that much.
I only have a little bit of Bitcoin.
I have a lot more of the other ones because they were a little bit cheaper at the time.
How much did you buy into your Ethereum? How much was it when you bought into it? It's like 4 now.
I know. I bought it in. I bought in when it was. What day is it today? December. So I bought it like almost a year ago.
Okay.
So I mean, it was low. It was pretty low.
It was lower than 2?
Oh yeah, it was like. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was somewhere around like 1,700.
So you made some cheese off of it.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
It was good. I mean, it's been kind of weird lately. Like it's been going up and down a lot lately. But I'm like I bought it and then I don't touch it.
Yeah, me too.
I just left it for like I haven't touched it for a year, and I won't touch it for probably another couple of years.
Yeah.
Because people try and I have a friend who's great at that. Charlie Matthews is a model, but he does a lot of we do a lot of work together, and then he does a lot of crypto. And he's always selling, buying, selling. And I'm just like, I would catch it at the wrong time every time. He manages to catch it a lot
at the right time,
and he's really plugged into it. But you have to be plugged into it.
Yeah, you do.
know? And if you're not, then it's dangerous. Because if you start selling, you could be selling at the bottom and then buying high and buy high, sell low, buy high, sell low, until you're finally like just, it's for me it's
buying
safer
high
just
and selling low.
That's
Never.
what I mean.
If I buy high, I'm selling high.
But sometimes you don't know. Sometimes you don't know that this is the high. Sometimes you think, oh, I'm gonna get in right now, and then it drops.
Yeah.
And I know that happened with a lot of people recently. Was that it got, it was doing decent. Bitcoin, the rest of them kind of follow Bitcoin, but it was like going up, and people were buying in, and then it went down. 20.
Right. But won't you just sit on it? And
that's what I
hope
say.
That it goes
I'm like,
back up?
just take it and just don't sell it. Just keep it and leave it.
Yeah.
And it'll come back. If you want to sell it when it, regains itself.
Yeah,
sure.
At least to where what you put in, so you could take out what you put in.
But people panic. They panic and they just, okay, I'm just going to sell right now. And then it goes back up.
And it goes
Inevitably,
back up.
It goes back up, and then they're like, fuck. What am I going to do?
What that Moscato like right there?
Which one? This one?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just, the last guest gave me this. What was your gift?
I was wondering.
I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. I felt so bad when they gave me one.
I tried to bring you some Raising Cane's.
Oh, that text?
I'm sorry.
You got me a text?
I was trying to bring you some Raising Cane's.
Gifts.
Okay, how about this? I got you.
I got you. But I want a sweatsuit.
I got you. Exactly. I got you a gift, though. It's in the mail.
You want some?
No, I got to eat my food. I'm starving.
You haven't ate yet. You should have
Still haven't eaten.
You going to eat it cold?
Yeah, that chicken be good all day.
Raising Cane's?
Mm-hmm. We don't got Raising Cane's in
Maybe
Michigan.
They'll sponsor me.
Huh?
Maybe they'll sponsor me. I'll just have like a Raising Cane's platter right here.
Exactly. Gotta
no,
be
I don't
lit.
know. I'm going to open this one. I have some people that I've done enough of these now. I haven't released them yet, but I've done enough of them. Where some people like to drink, some people like to just sit and talk. But they brought me this, and it was sweet. I felt bad because they brought me like a whole bag, like a gift bag and things, and I had nothing for them. So I was like, hey, when someone gives you a gift and you're like, I always feel like I should be giving them something too.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh. So I'm standing there with the gift, and I'm just like, they got me some alcohol.
Send them something in the mail.
Send them
something in the mail.
Yeah, I gotta send them something. But I'm sure it's good. What's Moscato? I've never heard of Moscato.
What?
I know tequila, bourbon, wine, beer. But you start getting into like these like Moscato. What the hell is Moscato?
Moscato is wine. It's a white wine, but it's on the sweeter end. It's just very sweet.
Like
it's
Prosecco?
It's a dessert wine. Yeah.
I probably would like it then.
Yeah. It's
I
good.
just had the first guest that I had ever brought me some Prosecco.
Really?
It was good.
Yeah, Prosecco is good.
I like that. I like that white wine.
Mm-hmm.
It's like more
sweet.
a little bit less. Red wine makes me sleepy.
Yeah.
Like, if I drink red wine, I'm gonna go to bed.
I like it. I don't know. I think when I'm trying to be on my bougie vibes.
Yeah.
But Moscato all day for me.
There's something about like white wine that makes I feel fine.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but red wine makes me sleepy. People be drinking that at like dinner, and I'm just like, I'm gonna nod off. I'm just gonna fall asleep.
You been to Napa?
I'm a napper.
Have you been to Napa?
To Napa? I've been through Napa. I haven't actually ever stayed.
Napa is
And
fire.
I've been trying to go. I was trying to go this year, and we never were able to make it happen. But I want to go up there. I have some family up there that lives up there.
In Napa?
I don't know them that well, but yeah.
Wow. Do they have a vineyard?
I don't know.
Wow.
Don't know them that well. But I'm gonna be like, hey, do you know any recommendations?
You know they're gonna be able to run it down to you.
Yeah. No, they're up there. There's some. We did that drive from. We did a photo shoot up in San Francisco, and then we drove down to Monterey, and just down the coast. It was a fun drive.
Nice.
That
It was
pretty
beautiful,
drive.
huh?
Beautiful. Like one of those things you have to do once.
Mm. So
it's
where
like
y'all
a
drive
9-hour
from?
drive. It's
From where to where?
San Francisco
Mm-hmm.
to Monterey.
Where's Monterey?
Monterey's like right. Well, it's not in the middle. It's closer to north, but it's kind of in the middle between L.A. and San Francisco. It's on the coast.
Okay.
It's right on the water. A lot of good like fish and restaurants and things there. It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like a kind of like seaside town. Kind of has like that like East Coast kind of feel, like the like Massachusetts kind of feel to me. At least to me, it does. But it's just you just take PCH down. You drive through Carmel, you drive through Monterey, then you get down. Then you start to get to like Big Sur, where like the mountains are and the national parks are. And there's aside from maybe a couple bed and breakfasts or little small hotels, there's nothing.
Mm.
It's just ocean, rock, street, and mountains. And like you'll pass through campgrounds sometimes. But like you'll get those big trees. They're not quite the redwoods, but they're these huge trees, like right on the like cliff. It's really cool.
Mm.
And just the one drive where because I love to drive. I'm not a good passenger. I get car sick really easily, and I don't like to drive. But that would have been one drive where I would have been okay, just like, because like the passenger side going south is all on the water the whole time, and you just see rock and lighthouses, and it's so sick. It's definitely something you have to do once, and you can always do it up. You can go up, and then just turn around. But it was a really neat drive. Definitely something that's highly recommended. Drive up to Monterey or Carmel, and you just like stop and get like these gas stations and stuff, and you get snacks, and you keep driving, and you find restaurants and stuff, and it's the best time. You know,
Sounds like
you
a
wait
good
till the gas
time.
prices go down a little bit, and then you can take advantage.
Right.
But
Gas
it's
is
just-
so high out here. It's
It is.
insane.
It's yeah.
I mean, like what? Almost $6 a gallon.
Yeah, it's the weird thing is here it's where I am, at least it's not quite as bad. It's high, but it's not. It's like I was seeing those 6. That's like ridiculous.
It's so high.
Well, every time I'm up in Hollywood or Beverly Hills or any of those places, I'm like, are you just charging this because you know you can get it?
Mm-hmm.
You know, even when gas prices are low, those areas still have. You know, when everyone else is 2, they have like 4 or 3, maybe. But I've been lucky down here. Is not too bad. It's still in like the high or low 4s. But it's crazy. So we won't be doing that trip until it comes back down a bit. We got spoiled with the COVID gas prices. They were
Man, it was
when they were like $1.90.
literally.
It was
literally.
I hadn't seen that since I was little.
Literally.
It was crazy.
Insane. Bring back
No one was driving.
those
They were
gas
just
prices.
everyone was not driving. So that
Make the gas stations great again.
Okay. I want to see that 99 cents gas.
99 cents. I don't think we've seen that since the 80s.
That was insane.
Maybe the 90s. 99 cents though. I don't think I can even remember that. I think growing up, it was always in the ones. It was always like in like the 190, 180. I remember people being outraged that it was 190.
And when it got into twos, people were really,
like, whoa.
what?
Yeah. And then it kind of always goes back down and back up again. And back in it. But every time it goes up, it's a new up. It's a new high.
Exactly.
And then it comes back down, and the new floor is a little higher.
Because it's been up and stuck lately.
And then now, when it goes back down, it'll go back down to like 4 will be the new like low, and that's not good. So it's just one of those things where especially if you have like an SUV or something. I have an SUV, so I try to do my best with not
we thinking
taking
about
too
getting
many trips.
Driving unnecessary.
So let's just drive a straight line to where I need to go. Walk to the Target next door. Let's just do what we can do.
Don't press the gas. Just roll.
Yeah, it has a small tank too, so it's a little bit one of those things where it's like I'll fill up and it doesn't hit me as hard because it's not. It maybe is like 12 gallons. It can hold maybe 13. I don't know how much it can actually hold, but I'm usually. Are you one of those people that fills up like? Do you fill up at the very end, like when you're almost ready to like stop, or are you like? Because like I stop like when it's like a fourth of the way done, I go and fill up. I never let it get below like a fourth.
I used to do that too.
I don't like letting it go that far.
Like if it get a little below half, I'll go fill it up.
Go fill it up.
Because I'm going to have to go to the gas station.
And then it's like $15. And you feel like, oh, this is good.
Right.
You're only filling up like
right.
a little over half a tank, on a small tank as it is. Because then there's like a Suburban next to me filling up like a 17-gallon tank. And they're like, it's like $105. And you're just like, oof. Glad I don't drive one of those.
I'm thinking about entering into the electric.
Yeah? Tesla or something?
Yeah, buddy.
They're coming out with a lot of new EVs and Tesla. What do you think about the Hummer? You see the Hummer?
I did see the Hummer. I think I only seen like one picture of it. It's electric, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full electric. It wasn't too bad.
Yeah. We were in the Mercedes, the new electric Mercedes the other day.
Yeah.
That was nice. We took a ride in the Tesla. I like the Tesla.
Yeah. I don't like their drivers.
Their drivers?
I feel like anybody who drives a Tesla, I'm always behind them. I'm always like, are they on autopilot or they don't? They're never good drivers. Obviously, that's not, everyone, but I seem to be behind a lot of people in Teslas that I'm just like, they're driving like under the speed limit or way over. I don't know. It's like BMWs.
People in BMWs.
People always say
drive.
BMW. People who buy a BMW can't drive.
Really?
That's just it's a bias. It's a prejudice.
Wow. BMW or Mercedes?
I would have said BMW when I was younger. I would say Mercedes now.
BMW or Mercedes?
Mercedes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rock with Mercedes too.
Yeah. There's a couple BMWs that I like, but they're from years ago. They're old. But I haven't liked their stuff in a while, and they don't seem to be that reliable. Really? Yeah. Mercedes are built well. But BMW has a little bit more like, I don't know. There's just something cheaper about them to me. And that could just be the ones that I've seen. It's also biased that way, so I don't know.
I like for Mercedes.
Well, let's get you out of here. Let's get you some food.
I know. I'm so hungry. I'm so hungry.
I thought you ate on the way here.
I didn't have time.
That's crazy. All right. We'll tell everyone how to find you.
This is dope. Tyler, thank you for having us.
Of course. Thank you both for coming.
You guys can go check out my single, Ducked Off, streaming on all platforms. Music video dropping soon. Go check out La Nation Shop. We recently dropped some cool new loungewear called the Cater to You set. It's one of the most popular items on the website right now.
What is it?
It's like a robe with like a 2-piece pants set underneath it, but it's like sheer fabric. It's dope.
That's what I need.
You?
I need a robe.
Oh, you need a man robe.
Yeah.
Okay.
I need a man robe.
You need
I
a
need
man
something
robe.
that says that I'm successful and I can wear a robe in the middle of the day.
Sorry, you like?
There's something about that.
Are you like silk robe or cotton robe?
I mean, silk robe.
Okay.
Kind of like that.
Okay.
Because like they got the Fenty robes and stuff, and I'm like, oh, there's something about just that, you know.
I can see you in a robe.
Just in my room, just at night, just relaxing.
I'm gonna keep that in mind. A male robe, that'll be fire.
A nice red.
Maybe I'll do a matching robe set for the women and for the men and the women for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
That'll be dope.
I always keep that.
Would
going.
you wear a money print robe? The big bank robe?
Oh yeah. I love stuff like that.
Do you?
I love that kind of like weird, just like random stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I love that.
Well, yeah. Follow my IG at LaBritney, LaBritney. On Twitter, my YouTube, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok.
You want to drop yours too?
Type in on Instagram at Young in Advance. Young in Advance.
There we go. All right. Bye, everybody.
Peace.